misyon, walang problemang di malalampasan. Magliliwanag ang ating kinabukasan. DANHS Radio, silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo. Kahit saan at kahit kailan, hindi ka iiwanan, hatid namin bagong kaalaman. Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. DANHS Radio.
DANHS Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan, ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big.
Alright, here we go.
106.3 DANHS Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR-FM. Physics, Chemistry, Earth Science, Biology, Biochemistry, Environmental Science. These are some branches of science. Science is about a whole lot more than that. And to sum it up, we believe that science is the way of helping the brain grow in finding new knowledge and help us defeat our curiosity and how the world develops and works today. Science. This is your class, and this is science.
Greetings to all our dear listeners and viewers. We are again the Team Ocho, your grade 8 science teachers for another Fun Facts episode of Science Lesson. Happy Tuesday sa ating lahat. Good afternoon also to all the faculty and staff of our school and most especially sa ating mga grade 8 learners. Ang episode na ito ay para sa inyong lahat. So grade 8 learners, comment down your section at samahan pa ito ng hashtag Scienterrific para makita ng inyong mga science teachers na kayo nga ay actively participating.
So welcome to another Scienterrific Time. So for today, we have these two mighty teachers, Ma'am Rio Magaway and Ma'am Rosel. And of course, yours truly, Ma'am Linda. Okay, so we are here to give an informative discussion about the topic Digestive System. And we have also here Sir Hector Del Rosario, our amazing technical specialist.
Yes! So bago ang ating discussion, ay makinig muna tayo sa isang first RBI ngayong 4th quarter, kung saan ay itatampok si Dora the Foods sa kanyang paglalakbay sa digestive system. Sound exciting, right? So, we'll be right back after this RBI episode.
DANHS Radio, silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin makabago, paraan ng pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 DANHS Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. DANHS Radio. Learning is amazing.
Physics, Chemistry, Earth Science, Biology, Biochemistry, Environmental Science. These are some branches of science. Science is about a whole lot more than that. And to sum it up, we believe that science is a way of helping the brain grow in finding new knowledge and help us defeat our curiosity of how the world develops and works today. Science. This is your class, and this is Science. And now, here is your host for the day. Good day, our dear listeners, especially our dear new normal learners from Grade 8. This is your school on the air, and it's Science Time. We are glad because you are with us in our alternative delivery mode of education through the use of this radio-based instruction. It is a great privilege that you can join us in fun learning through radio. You can tune in every day in our station, DWDR-FM 106.3 DANHS Radio. I am your host today, Teacher Dennis. With me is Teacher Riza Ann Marzan, our technical specialist. I know you are excited as I am, so get ready, Grade 8 learners. Make sure that you are in an area where you feel comfortable and far from noise or any disturbances so that you will be able to listen to this broadcast attentively. At this moment, please get your learning activity sheet on digestion, your pen, and notebook. Always remember to take down important concepts that you hear today. If you have any question about the lesson, you may send your message to your science teacher. Let's get going with our lesson today. Have fun while learning. This time, I turn you over to our radio teacher, Teacher Rio Faye Magaway.
Wonderful day, Grade 8 learners! How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome to the RBI session in Science 8. You will be using your learning activity sheet for week 1 titled Digestion. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
This afternoon, we are going to discuss about digestion, the first lesson for the 4th quarter. Before we start, let's have a review on our topic last quarter. Let's see if you still recall our previous lessons. Anybody who can tell something about the topics we had last week?
Ma'am, last quarter, we were able to explore the science of chemistry, which include the particle nature of matter, physical and chemical changes of matter, the atoms and its subatomic particles, and know the behavior of elements using the periodic table of elements, specifically the electron configuration and periodic trends.
Wow, that's great! Amazing memory! Yes, we explored the science of chemistry and you were able to distinguish matter from non-matter. This quarter, we will explore the science of life, which is also called biology in layman's terminology. During your grade 7 life science, you have already discovered why cell is considered the basic natural and functional unit of all organisms. You learned that a group of cells performing the same function is called a tissue. What if we have a group of tissues performing the same function?
Ma'am, we have an organ.
That's right. Today, we will focus on a certain organ system as we discuss the process of digestion by explaining its functions such as ingestion, absorption, assimilation, and excretion. Together with the following specific objectives. First, identify the different organs that make up the digestive system and the functions each organ plays. Second, discuss how digestive organs work together to carry out digestion of food and assimilation of nutrients. Before we start, may I ask you if you have eaten your lunch?
Yes, ma'am. When it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we are hungry again.
It's okay, my dear learners. That's normal. What do you want to eat for snack?
I want bread and milk for my snack, ma'am.
Wow, that's delicious. Do you know how food that enter your body give you nutrients?
How is it, ma'am?
Well, you have to listen very attentively because that is our lesson for today.
Sounds interesting.
Okay, let's explore now. Are you familiar with Dora the Explorer?
Yes, ma'am. The girl with bag and bangs and fan of traveling and exploring new things.
Precisely. Now, let's imagine that the food that you are going to eat will be Dora. But this time, we will call her Dora the Food, and she will explore the digestive system. Are you ready for her adventure?
Yes, ma'am. That's exciting.
The foods, or Dora the Foods, enter the human digestive system, and her destinations are composed of different organs, which are responsible for processing the food from the moment we ingest them and up to the moment of digesting them. What are the 4 processes involved in digestion?
The 4 processes involved in digestion are ingestion, digestion, absorption, and elimination, ma'am.
You are correct. Digestion is important because your body needs the nutrients from the food and drink to work properly and stay healthy. Now, Dora the Foods will start her adventure with ingestion because it is the first process involved. Ingestion is the process of taking food, drink, or substances into the body by swallowing it. What do you think are the organs that involved in this process?
Mouth, ma'am. Because food is taken into the mouth where it is physically broken down by the teeth into smaller pieces.
That's correct. Dora the Foods will start in the mouth, which contains 32 teeth that break down food into small pieces, tongue that mixes food with saliva, and ducts of salivary glands secrete ptyalin that starts the chemical digestion of carbohydrates. Now, Dora the Food is ready for the next step, which is digestion. What is digestion?
Ma'am, digestion is the process of mechanical and chemical breakdown whereby large food molecules are broken down into simpler molecules that can be absorbed by the body cells.
Very good! Both mechanical and chemical digestions begin immediately in the mouth. While the food is in the mouth, the teeth, tongue, and salivary glands work together, forming the food into a moist ball called bolus, so it can be easily swallowed. This process is known as mastication. What do you think will be the next destination of Dora the Foods after you have finished chewing it?
Ma'am, Dora the Foods will now enter the esophagus via the pharynx.
That's right! Esophagus is a tube that attaches the mouth to the stomach. and pharynx is a common passage for food and air. During swallowing, the sphincter muscles relaxes and raises the epiglottis to cover the opening of trachea, so food passes from the pharynx to the esophagus, then into the stomach by wave-like contraction and relaxation of involuntary muscles called peristalsis. Peristalsis is a movement that pushes food into the stomach. What will be the next destination of Dora the Foods?
Ma'am, the next destination is the organ stomach. Stomach is a J-shaped organ which has many folds called rugae. Within the rugae are gastric glands secreting gastric juice and hydrochloric acid that digest proteins. The contraction of the stomach mixes the food with gastric juices and the food is converted into chyme.
Amazing! What a brilliant idea! But what is chyme?
Chyme is a semi-fluid material formed from bolus that is acted upon by the gastric juices secreted by the stomach, ma'am.
Very good! During the churning, the sphincter muscles on both sides of the stomach are closed to keep stomach contents from flowing back to the esophagus. Food usually remains in the stomach for 2 to 3 hours.
Ma'am, I want to know the next destination of Dora the Food.
Wow! You are really excited. Let's continue. The pyloric valve at the intestinal end opens and closes several times, emptying or moving the chyme to the small intestine.
Therefore, Dora the Food's next destination is the small intestine, ma'am?
That's right! Small intestine is divided into 3 sections: Duodenum, Jejunum, and Ilium. After foods mix with stomach acid, they move into the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine, where they mix with bile from the gall bladder and digestive juices from the pancreas. What do you think is the function of jejunum, the middle portion of the small intestine?
Ma'am, the main function of jejunum is absorption of important nutrients such as sugars, fatty acids, and amino acids.
Very good! And the last part of small intestine is the ileum. What is the function of ileum?
Ma'am, ileum connects to the cecum and helps to further digest food coming from the stomach and other parts of the small intestine.
You are right! Small intestine is considered as organ of complete digestion because it secretes the enzymes that change food materials into their simplest components. The third process that happens in the digestive system is absorption. It occurs mostly in the small intestine. What is absorption?
Absorption is the process of passing the soluble food molecules in the wall through the villi.
The walls of a small intestine have many folds that line up with villi. Every villus has epithelial cells for covering and blood vessels scattered within. On the surface of every epithelial cells has tinier projection called microvilli. This will increase the surface area for the absorption of nutrients into the bloodstream and get transported to various parts of the body. Before we proceed with the discussion of our lesson, you may have a short break for your necessities. We'll be right back after this reminder.
Amazing tips sa pag-aaral ngayong new normal.
Una, matulog sa tamang oras. Siguraduhin mula 7 hanggang 8 oras ang iyong pagtulog.
Sapat na iyan upang gumana ng maayos ang utak upang makapag-isip. Siguradong good day ka, kaibigan.
Ikalawa, magtala o gumawa ng sariling schedule. Mahalaga ang time management, kaibigan.
Itala ang mga subject na kinakailangan mong pag-aralan sa buong araw. Maglaan ng oras para sa mga ito.
Ikatlo, pumili ng lugar sa iyong pag-aaral. Focus!
Kailangan mo yan. Kaya nararapat na komportable
at tahimik na lugar ang iyong kalalagyan.
Huwag ring kalilimutang ipahinga ang utak.
Find time to relax upang handa ka muling mag-aral kinabukasan.
At iyan ang ating amazing tips, kaibigan.
Kahit new normal, tuloy pa rin ang pag-aaral.
Isang paalala mula sa Science Learning Area at ng himpilang ito.
It's Science Time! You're listening to Teacher Rio.
We're back! So, let's continue the journey. Do you think small intestine is the last destination of Dora the Foods?
No, ma'am. Not all Dora the foods are completely digested in the small intestine.
Definitely. What will happen to the undigested Dora the foods?
Ma'am, as peristalsis continues, the waste products of the digestive process moves into the large intestine. The undigested Dora the foods become watery.
Then what happens to the watery substances?
Water is absorbed from undigested Dora the foods and the remaining materials such as undigested parts of food and older cells from the lining of the gastrointestinal tract then become more solid and pass into the rectum where they are temporarily stored and eventually eliminated through the anus as waste.
Precisely. The last process involved is elimination. Elimination is the passing of digested material out of the digestive tract. Food fuels the body for the needed energy and to maintain its basic life processes. We discuss more of this when I come back. Don't go away.
Mga kaibigan, sa panahon ngayon, kailangang magpalakas ng katawan.
Kumain ng masustansyang pagkain at sabayan ng pag-eehersisyo.
Huwag ding kalimutan ang pag-inom ng vitamins. Resistensya ay palakasin. Kalusugay huwag pabayaan upang sakit ay maiwasan.
Isang paalala mula sa himpilang ito.
It's Science Time! You're listening to Teacher Rio.
I'm back! Had you traveled before?
Yes, ma'am. We'd been to Manila last year.
How was your travel?
It was fun, ma'am. But I felt dizzy. But my nanay and ate helped me feel easy.
That's nice to know that there was somebody who helped you along the way. Did you think Dora the Food traveled successfully on her own?
I think no, ma'am.
Yes, you are right. Aside from the different organs traveled by Dora the Food in the digestive system, there are some accessory organs that helps digestion.
There are other organs that help Dora the food to be digested, ma'am?
Yes, my dear learner. And one is the liver. Do you know the function of the liver?
Ma'am, the liver is responsible for the production of bile.
Yes, and bile is temporarily stored and concentrated in the gall bladder. Bile emulsifies fats and neutralizes the chyme from the stomach. Another accessory organ that help store the food is pancreas. Do you know the function of pancreas?
Ma'am, pancreas secretes enzymes that work in tandem with bile from the liver and gall bladder to help break down substances for proper digestion and absorption.
Excellent! These enzymes include trypsin and chymotrypsin to digest proteins, amylase for the digestion of carbohydrates, and lipase to break down fats. Pancreas is a soft triangular gland lying between the small intestine and the stomach. What else?
Salivary glands, ma'am.
Yes, this includes parotid, sublingual, and submandibular. Can you give its function?
Salivary glands secrete saliva that contains salivary amylase or ptyalin, ma'am.
That's true. Saliva contains the enzyme amylase that helps store the food to break down complex sugars, reducing them to the disaccharide maltose. Dry food entering the mouth is moistened and lubricated.
What an amazing journey of Dora the Foods!
Incredible journey of the foods we eat just to give our body the nutrients we need. So, my dear learners, eat healthy foods all the time to have a healthy body and strong immunity. Especially this time of pandemic, we need to boost our immune system by eating the right kind and amount of food. Are you ready to do the activities found in your learning activity sheet?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's perform activity 1 titled Identify Me. Look at the diagram on page 3 of your learning activity sheet. Trace the path of food in the digestive tract by labeling the parts. Can you identify the numbered parts? Have your try. Okay, number 1 is the first part of the digestive system where food enters. I repeat, the first part of the digestive system where food enters. What is your answer?
Ma'am, mouth.
That's correct. Next, number 2. These glands include parotid, sublingual, and submandibular which secrete saliva. I repeat, these glands include parotid, sublingual, and submandibular which secrete saliva. What is your answer?
Ma'am, salivary glands.
Very good. The correct answer is salivary glands. How about number 3? Anyone?
Esophagus, ma'am.
You are right. Esophagus is a long tube between the mouth and stomach. Number 4. What part is that?
Ma'am, stomach.
Yes, you are right. Stomach is a sac-like muscular organ that is attached to the esophagus. Let's proceed to number 5. A large organ located above and in front of the stomach. I repeat, a large organ located above and in front of the stomach.
Liver, ma'am.
That's right. For number 6 to 11, you may continue answering after our episode, including Activity 2 titled Complete Me and Activity 3 titled I Learned That. Write your answer in a separate sheet of paper. Be sure that you will not miss any activity in your learning activity sheet. My dear learners, do not forget to answer the printed weekly validating questions attached to your learning activity sheet and give your insights or reflections in our lesson. It is very important. Now, we're done with the lesson. I hope that you grasp all the information needed for this lesson. Now, let's wrap things up.
Ma'am, digestion is the process of breaking down food into simple components that the cells can use. Digestion is divided into two types, the mechanical and chemical digestions.
Ma'am, the human digestive system has the organs of alimentary tract that comes in contact with the food and the accessory organs to pour out secretions to assist in the digestive process.
Ma'am, the alimentary organs are mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and the anal canal, and the accessory organs are liver, pancreas, and salivary glands.
Wow! Amazing! You really learned a lot today. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. Back to our radio host, Teacher Dennis Hugh Mendoza.
Thank you very much, Teacher Rio Faye, and also to our dear learners for spending another wonderful day with us. I hope your learning today has made a significant difference in your point of view about digestion and the different parts of digestive system. I would like to acknowledge the teachers behind this School on the Air lesson. Teacher Erlinda S. Ramos, the scriptwriter. Teacher Riza N. Marsan, our technical specialist. Teacher Vicente S. Rodriguez, Teacher Annabel A. Rodriguez, Teacher Donabel Velasco, the editors. Thank you very much. This is your radio host, Teacher Dennis Mendoza, saying stay home and follow all health protocols for your safety. Goodbye. Physics, chemistry, earth science, biology, biochemistry, environmental science. These are some branches of science. Science is about a whole lot more than that. And to sum it up, we believe that science is a way of helping the brain grow in finding new knowledge and help us defeat our curiosity of how the world develops and works today. Science, science, science. This is your class, and this is science.
Dance Radio, siniharalan sa radyo, atid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta mga tulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Ayan, inyong ang napakinggan ang paglalakbay ni Dora the Food sa digestive system. So before we start our discussion, what is our learning competency for today, Ma'am Lynn?
Okay, so the learning competency is explain ingestion, absorption, assimilation, and excretion.
Okay, ito naman ang ating specific objectives. Dalawa ang ating specific objectives. Una, identify the different organs that make up the digestive system and the functions each organ play. And discuss how digestive organs work together to carry out digestion of food and assimilation of nutrients.
Okay, so Okay, so in order to survive, we have to eat or consume solid and liquid food obtained from other organisms such as plants and other animals.
Tama ka dyan, Ma'am Rosel. Because those foods will be converted later on to nutrients that our body needs. Pero paano nga ba ito nangyayari, Ma'am Rosel?
That's a good question, Ma'am Lynn. So meron po tayong 4 processes. So we have ingestion, digestion, absorption, and finally elimination.
Yes. So, let us discuss this, ma'am, para mas maintindihan ng ating mga learners. Isa-isahin natin. So, we have the first one is ingestion. So, ingestion, that is the first process that happens in the digestive system. So, it is the journey of taking in food or any substance into the body through the mouth. So, in short, that is the intake of food into the body. So, sa ngayon nga na panahon ng pandemic, may mga nakakapasok na mga virus sa ating mouth, di ba ma'am? Lalo na pag kumakain din tayo, lalo na kung may mga gathers. So, that's why ina-advisean tayo na naka-face shield at saka naka-face mask. And of course, lagi maghuhugas ng kamay, kaya lagi tayong may mga baong alcohol, di ba? Okay, and next we have digestion. Ito yung pangalawang process involved. So digestion is the process of mechanical and chemical breakdown whereby large food molecules are broken down into simpler molecules that can be absorbed by the body cells. At pag sinabi nating mechanical digestion, refers to the physical breakdown of large pieces of food into smaller pieces which can subsequently be accessed by digestive enzymes. And in chemical digestions, enzymes break down food into the small molecules the body can use. So yan yung unang dalawang processes na nangyayari sa digestive system, Ma'am Rosel.
Yes, ma'am. Ang next naman dyan ay ang absorption. So when we say absorption, that is the process in which digested food materials are absorbed by the body cells and converted into new protoplasm. So in this process, dito na tayo nakakakuha ng energy from the food because food is being converted into nutrients that our body needs. And finally, we have elimination. That is passing of digested material out of the digestive tract.
Ayan. So, ang pinaka-entrance ng digestive system ay ang ating mouth. Kasi nga, dito natin ipinapasok or yes, kung saan the food, it is where our food enter. At ang exit naman ay ang ating anus. Kasi dito lumalabas ang mga waste products. At para maging possible ang processes ng digestion, ay mayroon tayong tinatawag na organs of digestion. And these organs are divided into 2. Meron tayong tinatawag na organs of alimentary tract and accessory organs.
Tama ka dyan, Ma'am Rio. So kung nakinig ang ating mga learners, ay naging familiar na sila sa mga organs na ito. So unahin natin yung alimentary tract. So in these organs, we have here mouth, esophagus, stomach, small and large intestine, rectum, and the anus. While the accessory organs involved are salivary glands, liver, Gall Bladder, and Pancreas.
Yes, Ma'am Rosel. At ang bawat organs na yan ay may kanya-kanyang trabaho or role para sa digestion of food. Halimbawa, yung ginagawa ni mouth ay hindi naman kayang gawin ni stomach o hindi kayang gawin ni anus, di ba? So meron kanya-kanya silang role, may specific role ang bawat organ. So para maintindihan ay simulan natin sa entrance of food.
Yan. So, sabi nga natin, ang entrance ng digestive system ay ang ating mouth because it is where the digestion starts. Ayan. So, our mouth contains 32 teeth. Siyempre, kung hindi ka pa, bungi. Yan, bungi. And then, so itong teeth natin na ito, it helps to break down food into small pieces. Kaya dito sa mouth natin, dito nag-start ang tinatawag na mechanical digestion. Kasi dito nag-grind yung food into smaller pieces with the help of our teeth, which is called also as mastication. Ayan. So, after that, yung tongue natin din ay it helps in mixing the food with saliva and ducts of salivary glands. At kapag ang food ay na-breakdown na into small pieces at lulunukin na ito ay magfo-form naman ng ball shape or tinatawag na bolus. By the way, may chemical digestion din na nangyayari na dito sa mouth. 'Di ba? When food mixes with saliva, doon na nagkakaroon ng chemical digestion. Yan. Yan. Kung nakikita natin yung screen, that is, yung tinatawag na bolus. Yan. Ball-shaped mass. Yan na yung food.
Yan na yung Ma'am Rio, yan na yung nanguya natin na food sa ating bibig and ready to swallow.
Yes. Yung na-mix na with saliva, no ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So, after the mouth, the next destination of the bolus or yung food ay sa pharynx naman. So, pharynx is 5 to 6 inches long and it is also a common passage for food and air. So, meron itong tinatawag na sphincter muscle and epiglottis. So, si sphincter muscle, ang function niya is to cover the esophagus and the epiglottis will cover the trachea. Because during swallowing, the sphincter muscles relaxes and raises the epiglottis to cover the opening of trachea para makapasok ang food from pharynx to esophagus and then papuntang stomach sa pamamagitan ng wave-like contraction and relaxation of involuntary muscle called peristalsis.
Ma'am Rosel, curious lang ako, may tanungin nga ako. So, sabi mo dyan, during swallowing, the sphincter muscle relaxes and raises the epiglottis to cover the opening of trachea para makapasok ang food, di ba? From pharynx to esophagus. Paano pag nag-failure na mag-raise ang epiglottis? Ano kayang pwedeng mangyari?
Ayan, ma'am. So, alam ko ang mga learners natin ay napaka-familiar sa mangyayari. Ito ay kapag magkakaroon ng nabulunan. Ayun. So, mabubulunan po kayo. Kaya learners, kapag kumain kayo, hindi pwedeng sunod-sunod. Hindi pwedeng paspasan. Kasi maaring, yun nga, hindi siya
magre-raise.
Yes. So, instead na doon siya dadaan,
instead na doon sa opening of trachea, ito papasok, iba na.
O, doon na siya pupunta sa windpipe.
Sa windpipe.
Yung windpipe. Kasi nga ang function ng epiglottis is to seal off the windpipe during eating.
At kapag pumunta siya sa windpipe, yun yung time na nabulunan ka at hindi ka na makahinga.
Yes.
Nachochok na tayo, di ba? Okay, yan.
So, okay. Ito naman, ma'am, what is the right thing to do kapag nabulunan?
Alam mo, naano ko nun, yung mga, kasi sabi, batukan daw, pero hindi yun ang tamang way. May technique na tinuturo ito sa MAPE, di ba?
Ang sinasabi pa nila, ma'am, di ba kapag ganyan, magbibigay daw ng number kasi naalala siya. May nakaalala sa kanya. So, ayan, hindi na nga makahinga, uunahin pa yung number.
Yes. So, may proper way kung paano alisin yung pagkabara, di ba, ma'am? At palagay ko na ituro ito sa MAPE nila, doon sa first aid.
Yes, ma'am. So, ang gagawin lang nila is you're going to press the upper abdomen. Ayan. Pero sa mga bata, as in
Mga
sa babies,
slow pat lang. Pat their back only.
Yes.
Tama ba yun?
Oo. Kasi kapag sa upper abdomen mo siya ipupush, ay kawawa naman yung mga muscles at mga bones nila doon.
Yes, very soft pa kasi sa mga baby. Okay. So, Ma'am Rio, Ma'am Rosel, ibig sabihin, after pharynx, the food will now enter the esophagus. So, approximately, may 20 centimeters naman ang haba ng esophagus. At ang trabaho naman niya ay to secrete mucus and move the food from the throat to the stomach using muscles movement na tinatawag nga nating peristalsis. No? Sir, pakikita nga sa kanyang peristalsis. So, ayan. So, kumbaga, ito ang magiging highway ni food from throat papunta sa stomach. At yung movement ng food ay tinatawag nga nating peristalsis. So, kung makikita ninyo, ito ay nagkakaroon ng wave-like contraction para makababa yung food. So, makita natin ang contracted muscle. So, ayan. Pag nag-contract yan, and then, magre-relax siya. So, makikita natin yung direction of food, pababang ganyan. Okay? So, that's the peristalsis movement.
Wow! So, ang galing. May kanya-kanyang trabaho ang mga organs sa digestive system. So, after esophagus, the bolus will now enter the stomach, which is a muscular J or pear-shaped stomach. Kaya kung mapapansin ninyo, lumalaki yung tiyan ninyo kapag madaming nakain because it is elastic. Just like a rubber band, di ba? Yes. It is 30 centimeter long and 15.2 centimeter wide at may capacity ang stomach. Siyempre, mas maliit ang capacity kapag bata, di ba? It is about 1 liter para sa mga adult. Kaya kung minsan ay nararamdaman natin na di na natin kayang kainin pa yung food because it has capacity, may limit ang pwedeng i-store ng stomach. So there are functions of stomach. It stores swallowed food. It mixes food with digestive juices and conveys its contents to the small intestine. By the way, ang ating stomach ay siya yung widest part of the digestive system. So the stomach has many folds called rugae. Within the rugae are gastric glands secreting gastric juices and hydrochloric acid that digest proteins. So yung mga juices and acid na ito ay tumutulong para matunaw or tayo ay matunawan. Okay? Or madigest ang mga kinain natin.
Okay, Ma'am Rio, sabi natin kanina, ang hydrochloric acid is the strongest acid.
Yes.
Di ba kapareho nito yung nasa ginagamit natin panlinis ng comfort room?
Oh, yung muriatic acid.
Yung muriatic acid. Ngayon, ma'am, sabi natin din, present siya sa stomach. So, bakit hindi natutunaw ang stomach?
Ayan, that's a good question. Ma'am Rosel, kasi nga, ang ating stomach ay may makapal o thick mucus layer that lines the stomach walls to prevent the stomach walls or prevents the stomach walls that prevents the stomach from digesting itself.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so kahit na matapang yung hydrochloric acid na yan, hindi niya basta-basta malulusaw. Pero, paano yung kaso na yung acidic na sinasabi nila, Ma'am Rosel?
Okay, nangyayari naman kasi yan, ma'am, di ba, ang hydrochloric acid, it's already an acid and it is already present in our stomach. Ngayon, may mga ugali tayo minsan na wala pa tayong kinakain, ay umiinom na tayo ng soft drinks.
So, wala pa tayong solid food.
Yes, wala pang solid food, iinom na tayo ng soft drinks. Eh, ang soft drinks is an acid.
Yes.
So, ang gagawin dyan, ang mangyayari dyan, yung acid sa stomach mo, dinadagdagan mo na naman ng another acid. Kaya mahapdi po sa tiyan. Yes. Ngayon naman, ma'am, meron din tayo kapag hindi ka kumain sa tamang oras. Ang hydrochloric acid ay continuous ang pagpo-produce diyan. Ngayon, kapag walang tutunawin, wala kang food intake, walang tutunawin si hydrochloric acid. Kaya naman ang tutunawin niya is yung lining ng stomach mo.
Unti-unti. No? Kaya
Yes,
yun,
ma'am.
magagas ka. So, pagkuhan, mahapdi na. Okay. At saka ano pa, ma'am, di ba pag nag-vomit tayo, maasim?
Yes, ma'am.
I think ito because of hydrochloric acid na nandyan sa ating stomach. Ano, Ma'am Rosel?
May hydrochloric acid kasi nagkakaroon ng pressure, kumbaga napupwersa yung pag-vomit natin, kaya may nasasamang hydrochloric acid. That's why learners always remember na kumain sa tamang oras at huwag kayong iinom ng soft drinks kapag wala pa kayong kinakain. Okay, ayan. So, ang galing ng pagkasunod-sunod ng organs sa ating katawan. May sarili silang roles na ginagampanan na kapag nawala ang isa ay hindi na posible ang digestion. Ituloy natin, ma'am. So, after stomach, the food or the bolus will now enter to small intestine.
Wait, ma'am. After yung food na, pag nasa stomach, hindi na siya bolus. Di ba? Ito ay magiging chyme.
Yes, ma'am. Kaya mag-enter pa lang siya sa small intestine. So, kapag nasa small intestine na siya, we will call it now chyme. So, small intestine is the organ of complete digestion and absorption. So, dito sa small intestine, it will secrete enzyme that change food material into their simplest components. Yun na yung chyme. Small intestine is the longest organ of the digestive system. It is 6 meters long and 2.5 centimeters wide. Pero syempre, naka-fold naman yan. And the small intestine comprises 3 main sections continuous with each other. So we have the number 1, we have the duodenum. So ito yung first part of the small intestine. Ang ginagawa dito, after the food mixed with stomach acid, they move into the duodenum, where they mix with bile from the gall bladder and digestive juices from the pancreas. Duodenum is also the shortest and most fixed part of the small intestine. So, after duodenum, chyme will now enter the jejunum. Jejunum is the middle section of the small intestine and is about 2 meters long, or to be exact, 1.4 meters long. So, ang function naman ni jejunum ay ina-absorb naman niya yung important nutrients such as sugar, fatty acid, and amino acid. And lastly, the ilium, it is the longest part and highly coiled. It is the last part of the small intestine that connects the cecum and helps to further digest food coming from the stomach and other parts of the small intestine. So imagine that pati yung tatlong parts may kanya-kanya silang may specific roles sila.
Yes. So, sabi mo nga kanina, ma'am, that is the organ of complete digestion and absorption. Pero hindi pa dyan nagtatapos dahil paano naman ang mga undigested food? Saan mapupunta? So, undigested food will enter the large intestine or the colon. It is 1.5 meters long and 5 centimeters wide. So, in the large intestine, absorption of water continues until the familiar semi-solid consistency of feces is achieved. So, yan ang ating large intestine. So, ano-ano pa ba ang mga function ng ating large intestine? So, here, in the large intestine, temporary na nai-store ang mga fecal material. So, absorb vitamins produced by certain symbiotic bacteria. So, example nito yung symbiotic bacteria dito is the E. coli, na kung saan yung si E. coli na yan dapat ay nandyan lang sa large intestine. Kasi pag napunta ito sa ibang bahagi, sa ibang organ, gaya ng sa small intestine or stomach, magkukos ito ng sakit, maaaring sumakit ang tiyan natin or what. So dun lang siya sa large intestine. So dito sa large intestine, marere-absorb yung water. So from undigested residue. So like the small intestine, ang large intestine din ay may 3 parts of colon. So we have the ascending colon na kung saan contains the appendix. We have another, the transverse colon, and then we have the descending colon. Okay, so yan ma'am ang large intestine.
Yan. So after the large intestine, yung mga undigested food will not be stuck, okay, in the large intestine. Dahil sabi nga natin kanina, ang exit ay sa anus. Now, itong rectum at anus, ang anus, ito yung end part ng rectum. So, unang lalagpasan muna nitong undigested food ay ang rectum. Kasi ito yung warehouse o imbakan ng mga undigested residue o yung feces or stool. Okay? Alam niyo na yon, di ba? Alam niyo na yon kapag tinatawag na kayo ng kalikasan. Ayan. So, ang rectum ay 8 inches long. And it is located at the distal end of the sigmoid colon. So, after nyan, so mapapansin nyo, kapag tinatawag na kayo ng kalikasan, may push na nangyayari. Di ba? Ayan. Yes. So, kapag meron ng push na nangyayari, palabas na yan sa anus.
Wag mo nang pigilan, ma.
Yes. Sa anus na yan, ito yung end part of the rectum. And it is also called the anal canal. And it is the exit point for feces or fecal materials or stool.
Wow, it's a long journey. Success. Okay, so it's a long journey naman ng food just to give our body the desired nutrients that we need.
Yes.
Kaya learners, you have to eat right. Sabi nga, di ba, you don't have to eat less. You just have to eat right.
Yes.
So tama yan ma'am. But before we continue our discussion, let's ask first our learners. Tignan nga natin kung nakikinig sila. So I have here a questions for you learners. So all you have to do is comment your answer. Here's the question. What organ is responsible for the complete chemical digestion of food and where most of the absorption of nutrients takes place? So what organ is this? So i-comment lang ninyo dyan sa ating chat box.
So ulitin lang natin, Ma'am Lynn.
Yes.
Okay. What organ is responsible for the complete chemical digestion of food and where most of the absorption of nutrients takes place? So dito na-absorb ang mga nutrients by the bloodstream. Okay? Tingnan nga natin
meron
kung
na ba?
meron nang nag-comment.
Okay, ma'am. So habang inaantay yung mga sagot ng ating mga learners ay may sisimulang kwento si Ma'am Lynn.
Talaga nga pong nag-istorya. Ganito siya. Sige, pero pag meron na, ikwan lang hakuhat, ikat ko. So, merong mga magkakaibigan, ito yung mga parts ng digestive system. Si mouth, si esophagus, si stomach, si small intestine, at saka si anus. So, nagpapasikatan sila. Sabi nung isa, sabi ni stomach, ako ang pinaka-importanting bahagi ng digestive system. Sabi ni mouth, hindi, ako. Kasi sa akin ang ingestion, sa akin yung isinusubo ang pagkain. Kung wala ako, paano nyo magagamit itong pagkain?
Tama nga naman, di ba?
Diba? Sabi naman ni esophagus, hindi rin dadaan sa akin yan. Mula sa'yo, dadaan sa aking esophagus, mapupunta kay stomach. So kung wala akong esophagus na dadaanan, hindi makakapunta kay stomach. Sabi naman ni stomach, hindi ako ang mas importante kasi madadigest sa akin. Sabi niya ganon. So, madadigest yung food para magamit. No. Sumagot naman si small intestine.
Ayan, Ma'am Lynn, bibitinin muna namin ikaw, ha?
Yes.
Ayan. So, may mga nag-comment na andyan si Natasha Perltan from 8 Darwin.
Ay, estudyante ko yan. Ano
Angeli Pineda.
Ay, estudyante ko uli.
At Tracy Ann Santiago
Wow.
Bulilan. Ayan,
My Darwiners! Hello, Darwiners! I love you, mga anak.
At pare-pare sila ng sagot, Ma'am Lynn. They all answered small intestine.
Okay, so which is the correct
Yes.
answer. Congratulations, my dear Darwiners.
You are all correct. The correct answer is small intestine.
Okay, so ayan si Kelly Misha Nool. Meron pa siyang explanation, ma'am.
Ay, 8 Darwin din yan, ma'am.
Wow. So, meron pa tayong tanong mamaya and we hope na yung mga nasa ibang sections ay maging active naman. Go, go, go.
8 avocado and 8 chico. Mag-comment kayo.
8 Mendel, 8 pasture. Please participate.
8 mango and 8 guayabano. O, diba?
And all grade 8 learners.
Yes. Sige, mamaya ko na ulit tutuloy istorya ko, ma'am, ha?
To be continued later.
Okay, yes, ma'am. So, hindi pa dyan nagtatapos ang discussion natin, mga ma'am. Dahil bukod sa alimentary organ, ay meron din tayong tinatawag na accessory organ that plays important roles also in the process of digestion.
Yes, Ma'am Rosel. At ang tinatawag natin accessory organs, they are the digestive helpers. Katulungan nila. So, una dito, one of the accessory organs ay ang salivary gland. So, salivary glands, they include, gaya ng nabanggit na kanina, it includes the parotid, the sublingual, and submandibular, which secretes saliva that contains salivary amylase or chiolin. So, nagsisecrete ito ng saliva. Pag sinabi natin saliva, these are the watery fluid or serous and mucus. So when we say mucus, lubricates the mouth and aids in swallowing. Serous contains amylase, chiolin that digests carbohydrates. And alam ba ninyo mga learners, about 1 liter of saliva is secreted every day. Nasubukan nyo bang kumain na walang saliva? Malululun nyo ba?
Ang hirap
naman.
naman.
Kaya, di ba? Hindi mo manguya at malulunok. Yan.
Napaka-dry pag gano'n.
So, napakahalaga ni salivary glands, di ba?
Oo, di ba, Ma'am Lynn, pag natatakam ka, yung mga salivary glands, ang tawag dyan, natitrigger.
Yan, nagiging active sila.
Nakakita ka ng
Yung mga maasim.
Medyo sumasakit na ewan dito sa may panga. Oo.
Correct.
Kasi na-activate ang mga salivary glands. Ayan. So, beside from salivary glands, meron din tayong tinatawag na pancreas. Okay? Isa rin siya sa mga accessory organ ng ating digestive system. So, pancreas is a yellowish gland about 18 cm long and 4 cm wide. So, anong sinisikret niyang enzyme? Tinatawag itong pancreatic juices. So that work in tandem with bile from the liver and gallbladder to help break down substances. So during digestion, ang pancreas natin ay gumagawa ng pancreatic juices called enzymes. So itong mga enzymes na to, they help break down sugar, fats, and starches. Possible ba, Ma'am Lynn at Ma'am Rosel, na mabuhay ang isang tao kahit walang pancreas? Ma'am Lynn, and what do you think? Ayan. So, it's possible.
Yes.
Possible siya, pero kapag entire pancreas na ang natanggal, syempre, people are left without the cells that make insulin. Wala nang maggagawa ng insulin and other hormones. Kasi, yes, itong insulin na to, it helps make or maintain safe blood sugar levels.
Kasi si pancreas, isa sa mga pinoproduce niya is the
insulin.
Yes.
And insulin is sugar that will give our body energy, di ba?
So kaya yung mga diabetic, di ba?
Oo,
Nag-inject sila na ng
Insulin.
insulin. Okay.
Okay, so we have also liver. Ayan, so yung liver naman is the largest gland in the body which is located at the right side of your upper abdomen. So ang ginagawa naman ni liver is nagpo-produce siya ng bile, about 500 ml up to 1 liter daily. At ang ginagawa ni bile is it will help digest fats naman.
Okay. So we have also gall bladder. So gall bladder plays an important role also because this organ stores and concentrates the bile produced in the liver which will be used in the digestion of lipids. So pag na-produce ni liver si bile, maiimbak, mapupunta dito mai-store kay gall bladder. Yan.
And so ang mga nabanggit ay ang mga accessory organs. So enumerate nga natin. Una dyan, ang salivary glands. Pangalawa, pancreas. Pangatlo, gallbladder. And meron pa ba?
Liver, ma'am.
Liver. Yan. So without them, the desired nutrients that we need still cannot be achieved kasi nga katulungan na ang mga accessory organs na to ng ating digestive system. So that is how these alimentary and accessory organs amazingly work.
Yes. So nagtutulungan, 'di ba? So
Yes.
gaya natin, we teachers also nagtutulungan tayo. Gaya ngayon, makabago na technology. Kaming mga seasoned teachers, hirap kami sa technology. So you are there, mga young ones, to help us, to assist us. So tulungan lang, 'di ba? So ganun lang.
Yes,
yun.
ganun din sa mga estudyante, 'di ba, Ma'am Lynn? Hindi naman masama na humingi ng tulong din sa mga kapwa nila estudyante. Huwag lang yung umaasa, kumbaga parasite na sila.
Yes.
Or sa mga kasama nila sa kanilang mga bahay, 'di ba, ma'am?
Yes. Pwedeng humingi ng tulong sa magulang, kay ate, kay kuya, pero wag iaasa lahat.
Kasi mas maganda ang resulta kapag nagtutulungan.
Yes.
Okay, so this time, let's do another understanding check for our learners. Kung andyan pa ba sila? Kung
Hello?
nakikinig pa ba?
Yes.
Ayan, mag-ready na kayo dahil meron ulit tayong katanungan. So this is the question. Okay, so what accessory organ is responsible for secreting saliva or watery fluid and mucus that lubricates the mouth and aids in swallowing?
Yan. So, habang naghihintay ng sagot, syempre,
ituloy ko yung istorya ko.
Yes, itutuloy ni Ma'am Lynn ang istorya at nag-end siya kay stomach.
Okay, so yan. Sabi ni stomach, hindi mas importante ako kasi dito madadigest sa akin. Sumagot si small intestine, hindi mas mahalaga ako kasi hindi pa kumpletong na-digest sa iyo ang food. So, di sa akin na small intestine, dito na dadigest na mabuti. So, yung nutrients na kailangan natin ng ating katawan, so ako ang magbibigay nito. Sabing ganon. Nung napansin nila walang kibo si Anos. Yan si Anos, wala namang kwenta yan Sa kanya lang naman, ano lang naman ba ang trabaho niya? Sa kanya lang naman dadan. So kumbaga, binubuli nila si Anos.
Ina-underestimate nila.
Yes. Hindi, mahalaga din naman ako, sabi ni Anos, kasi sa akin dadaan ang mga waste product. Hindi, yan lang naman ang trabaho mo. So binubuli
Okay,
nila.
Ma'am Lynn, dahil dyan,
Meron
bibitinin ulit kita at
Sige.
meron nang nag-comment.
Sige.
Okay, after nito, sasabihin mo kung anong ginawa ni Anos.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow,
Ayan.
revelation ni Anos.
Revelation. Malaking revelation ito. Okay, marami nang nag-comment. Sila Angeli Pineda. Kilala niyo ba ito, mga ma'am?
Yes,
estudyante
ma'am.
ko.
Another Darwiner.
Yes, Natasha Perltan. Mariel Guya from 8 Macopa.
Congratulations, 8 Macopa.
Yes, Crizelme Padua, Precious Athena Joyce Benito.
Si
Ayan.
Precious 8 Darwin. Anong section yung isa, ma'am?
How about si Criza May Padua?
Yes, wala ma'am.
Criza
Hindi.
May
I think
Padua
SPJ
Kakay.
yata yan or SPA.
Okay. And another explanation from Kelly Misha Nool.
Ayan. At iisa lang ulit ang sagot nila. Ibig sabihin yan, Ma'am Lynn.
Nakikinig talaga sila at binasa na nila ang kanilang mga learning activity sheet na
before.
naibigay kahapon.
At ang kanilang sagot ay salivary glands, which is correct. Ayan.
Okay, yan. So, nakikinig sila, di ba?
Yes, ma'am. At eto na.
Ang revelation.
Ang revelation. Ano nga ba ang ginawa ni
Anus?
Okay, ang ginawa niya dahil na pagtampo nila, hindi na siya umimik, hindi siya bumuka ng 5 araw.
So, imagine nyo, learners, na hindi bumuka ang anus ninyo for 5 days.
So, ano nangyari? Nakaramdam ng sakit, sa pananakit si stomach, si small intestine, pati si mouth. Mabaho na siya. So, nag-usap-usap, bakit kaya? Nung nakita niya sa anus. So, anong nangyari? Nakiusap sila kay anus. Anus, so please, bumuka ka na. Ganun. So, napakahalaga mo pala. So, ang lesson dito, ma'am, kay maliit, kay malaking bagay, ang iyong tungkulin, mahalaga pa rin ito. Diba? So, wag tayong magbubuli. So, bawat isa ay pantay-pantay dapat.
Hindi maganda ang pambubuli. Walang magandang...
Parang sa group work ito, parang sa research mo rin, Ma'am Rosel.
Yes, ma'am.
Nag-encode ka lang naman, sasabihin ng isa. Ala ka namang naitulong, nag-encode ka lang. Bakit? Mahirap kaya mag-encode. Diba?
Halimbawa, nag-search ka lang naman. So what if tatanggalin natin yun? Walang nag-search. Hindi na magiging buo yung gagawin nilang research.
By the way, ang base sa nabasa ko, ang normal na pagbuka ng anus dapat ay everyday.
Yes,
every
ma'am.
day.
Every
At least 2 times a day.
Yes. Kaya napakahirap nun, 5 araw.
Nagtampo nga kasi binuli-buli nila
At kapag ganun katagal teachers and learners, ang mangyayari is talagang babaho yung mouth natin, even yung pawis. Kasi yun na yung way of excretion.
Hindi na mailalabas ang waste product. So, dapat lahat ng waste product, lahat ng basura, dapat ilabas. Diba? Okay, so isingit ko pa nga din, ma'am, itong mga different organs ng digestive system. Sabi natin nga is, kumbaga meron sila talagang division of labor. Diba? Tulong-tulong sila, hati-hati.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
May mga specific roles sila.
So, may division of labor sila.
Okay, so at para mas maintindihan natin kung ano yung na-discuss ngayong hapon, ay narito ang summary. So, get ready learners, pwede nyo tong i-screenshot kasi ito na yung summary ng ating lesson. Okay. Ayan, pakita nga po natin yung ating slide, Sir Joshel.
Sige, ikon na lang natin.
Ayan. So, this is the summary. Your digestive system is a group of organs that work together to digest food so that the nutrients from food can be used by the body. The breaking and mashing of food is called the mechanical digestion. Chemical digestion is the process that breaks large food molecules into simpler molecules.
Yes. And also, the stomach mixes food with acid and enzymes that break down nutrients. So, the mixture is called chyme. So, in the small intestine, pancreatic fluid and bile are mixed with chyme. So, from the small intestine, nutrients enter the bloodstream and are circulated to the body's cell.
Yan. So, the liver makes bile, store nutrients, and breaks down toxins. The large intestine absorbs water, changing liquid waste into semi-solid stool or feces.
Okay, huwag din nating kalimutan yung mga organs na involved sa digestive system. We have mouth, esophagus, stomach, small and large intestines, rectum, anus for alimentary tract, and for accessory organs, we have salivary glands, liver, gallbladder, and pancreas.
At ingatan natin ang ating mga organs, mga different organs ng ating digestive system. So, magbigay nga ako ng mga ilang tips, Ma'am Rosel.
Yes, Ma'am,
kung
sure.
paano. Sige, so I will give you some healthy practices that can promote proper nutrition and overall wellness. So, one is a diet rich in raw. Living food like fruits and vegetables. So they are rich with enzymes which hasten the chemical breakdown of food. So ugaliin natin kumain ng mga gulay at prutas. So ang mga kabataan ngayon ayaw nilang kakain ng gulay. Masustansya ito at they are rich in fiber. No? So yan. So dapat kakain din tayo ng mga food that is rich in fibers. So fiber sweep, sabi nga. The large intestine to keep it clean and to assist in elimination. Nasubukan nyo ba na 1 week na puro karne ang ulam ninyo? Ang hirap dumaglabas ng waste product, di ba?
Yes. Tsaka ang meat kasi, ma'am, is matagal siyang i-digest.
Yes, that is protein, di ba?
Mapapansin mo, pag kumain ka ng meat, matagal kang magutom. Pero kapag, gulay, ayun, yes.
Another is, kailangan we drink enough amount of water. Ugaliin natin uminom ng maraming tubig. So yung how many glasses of water every day ang dapat nating mainom?
8 to 10 glasses of water, ma'am.
Tapos, kahit na medyo mainit ang panahon natin ngayon, ugaliin din nating uminom ng mga warm liquid. Kasi, ice-cold drinks stiffen the muscles of the digestive organs. So, dapat wag masyadong iinom tayo. Yung konting lamig, wag yung malamig na talagang galing pa sa freezer. No? At pagkatapos, magkaroon din dapat ng light exercises after eating.
Oo, exercise, ha?
Yes, brisk walking can increase breathing and heart rate that can jumpstart the digestive process. Pagkakain, dapat may konting lakad-lakad. Hindi yung nakaupo ka na agad, nagse-cellphone. Ganyan ako nung kabataan ko, kaya sexy ako noon. Pagkatapos kong kumain, naglalakad-lakad
Sana
ako.
halls.
Ngayon, hindi na, nakaupo na rin. Sana maibalik. No? And also, mga probiotics are available as nutritional supplements.
Mga yogurts.
Yes, probiotics can help increase digestive time.
Okay, so yun yung mga healthy tips. Ngayon naman ay magbigay tayo ng mga examples ng problems involving the digestive system.
Sige.
So number 1, ma'am, is pica.
Oh, ano yung pica? Pica-pica, ha?
Pica-pica. So, pica is an eating disorder. So, anong nangyayari kapag meron kang pica? So, kapag may pica ka, kapag nagsasuffer ka from pica, meron kang desire na parang gusto mo, ang mga gusto mong kainin ay yung walang nutritive value. Halimbawa, kumakain ng papel. Ayan, may mga nawi-witness tayong ganyan.
Pwede bang kainin ng papel? Ano
Meron
ba makukuha natin sa papel?
Oo, meron din, foam. Nakain nila foam, which is a disorder.
At yung sikat sa internet, meron yung kinakain niya yung hair niya. Okay, so pica is commonly observed in children and women of all ages and people with psychological disorder.
May mga psychological disorders sila.
Yes.
Kung ano ka ba naman, alam naman kakain ka ng papel, ng buhok, di ba?
Oo. At ang may tutulong naman natin sa kanila is pwede natin silang kausapin. Pwede natin silang ipakonsult sa psychologist, sa mga physicians. Kasi kung magtutuloy-tuloy yun, pwede silang ma-poison. Digestive organ obstruction, ulceration, and perforations. So, it's really a heart disease. So, tignan nyo, baka may mga ganyan pa dyan, kumakain ng papel.
Ayan.
Be sure lang na malinis yung papel, ha?
Pangalawa dyan, pero meron ma'am yung dahil sa hirap.
Yeah.
Oo. Dahil sa balita.
Ay, clay naman yun, di ba ma'am, sa Africa.
Oo. Pero
Binibilad nila yung clay.
karton, dahil wala na siyang kinakain. So, ayan. Kaya mag-aral kayong mabuti, mga anak. Pangalawa dyan is yung heartburn. Tinatawag na heartburn or acid and acid reflux or GERD. GERD is gastroesophageal reflux disease. So, ang heartburn, hindi siya sa heart talaga, no? It occurs due to the excessive secretion of hydrochloric acid. Kaya, parang acidic yung dito sa may esophagus mo. Okay? May burning sensation kang raramdaman sa abdominal area, which is rising into the chest area. Kaya nagkakaroon or bumibilis yung pagbeat ng heart mo compared sa normal na heartbeat mo. Ayan. Then it can lead
bumibilis
to
ang heartbeat.
acid reflux syndrome or gastroesophageal reflux
Ma'am
disease.
Rosel, di may heartburn si Ma'am Rio dahil bumilis ang tibok ng puso niya kanina.
Pwede yun, ma'am.
Sige, next. We have another problem involving the digestive system is the flatulence. And this is due to excessive amount of gases in the digestive tract. Sobrang mga unwanted gas.
Yes, ma'am. Kaya ang solusyon naman dito is kailangan mo siyang idighay or mag-fart ka. Do you know what is fart?
Yes.
Yung may magandang sound. Magkakaiba yung sound. Kapag mahiyain.
Pero after that, Ma'am Rosel, ang laking ginhawa. Success din, di ba?
May manipis, may high pitch, may low pitch.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so,
natin?
yes, we have also indigestion or dyspepsia. Ayan, overeating, kain ng kain, hindi rin maganda yon.
Ito ba yung hindi natutunawan?
Remember, may limit ang stomach natin at matagal mag-digest. It takes hours.
Okay, so ang nangyayari dito is the food will become stagnant. And hindi lang overeating, eating too fast also.
So ito yung na-impacho?
Imbes na gawin ng stomach, ng mouth, yung pagmuya, ginagawa rin ng stomach.
Na kung saan nahihirapan siya sa stomach.
Yun yung maling perception natin, no? Na kapag kumakain tayo ng may sabaw, pwede na lang daw natin siyang lunukin ng
tilmunin, sabi? Hindi.
You have to chew it.
Sa bibig.
Right, yes.
Sa bibig muna. Okay.
And then, the next one is colitis. Inflammation of the large intestine or also known as the colon. Okay, ang symptom dyan, nagkakaroon ng bloody mucus in stool, nagkakaroon din ng abdominal cramps, and pagbaba or pagkaroon ng sudden weight loss.
Yes, ma'am. Sa colitis, parang related din dito yung tinatawag natin na colon cancer, wherein hindi na siya makalabas ng feces. Kaya ang ginagawa doon sa iba is binubutasan dito sa bandang tagiliran kasi doon na dumidiretso yung waste.
So, nakakaroon na rin ng bloody mucus, no? Sa stool. Okay. And the last we have constipation.
Okay, so ayan nga learners, na-discuss natin hindi lang ang digestive system, kundi ang mga healthy ways para maprotektahan or maging healthy ang ating digestive system as well as the problems. Tandaan natin palagi that to keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise, we will not be able to keep our mind strong and clear. Kaya naman, para may kondisyon pa din natin ang ating mga sarili o katawan sa pag-aaral, lalo na ngayong panahon ng pandemya, ay kumain ng tama.
Yes, so that is the digestive system. Thank you for watching, for listening, and participating to our virtual discussion. Stay safe while learning.
We are the Team Ocho, your grade 8 science teachers signing off.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Physics, Chemistry, Earth Science, Biology, Biochemistry, Environmental Science. These are some branches of science. Science is about a whole lot more than that. And to sum it up, we believe that science is the way of helping the brain grow in finding new knowledge and help us defeat our curiosity and how the world develops and works today. Science. This is your class, and this is science.
Nais mong matuto